Issue number 12 of the Mighty Morphin comic by Boom Studios begins over 10,000 years ago on Eltar, following Zophram's apparent death. In a sense, most of this issue is filling in the blanks from the previous issues relating to this story arc. Zartus got rid of Zophram and wants Zordon to quit being a Guardian and have a family like he always wanted. Then Zartus could take over as Supreme Guardian. However, Zordon chose to remain Supreme Guardian. Going back to the previous issue, Zartus was at the command center with the Rangers and Zordon. After Zartus left, Zordon informed the Rangers everything's changed and Zelia had returned. Lord Zedd let her go, which is why we saw her on Zartus' ship last time. Corvinus III, Valos Prime, Hartunia were all destroyed by the Imperials because Zelia was sent there to supervise them, and she deemed them unworthy of joining the Alliance. So Zartus had them destroyed. This is the first issue in a while that I actually found interesting. Like many of the readers out there, I lost interest in the comics because the story became stale after dragging on for so long. Sure, there has only been 12 issues of Mighty Morphin, but don't forget, the other side of the story was being told in Power Rangers, and there were a few issues from the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers comics, all relating to this one storyline. It bored many people, which is why the comics lost many readers. Now, Lord Zedd is Zophram, so finally, Zordon pays him a visit. The reason why Zedd didn't want to reveal the truth to Zordon was because he wanted Zordon to learn the same lesson Zophram did when he touched the Zeo crystal. Zophram at that moment knew how divided the universe was. Zedd wanted Zordon to see that when Zordon lost his body, but he didn't. Anyway, skipping past all of the melodramatic dialogue, Zedd only revealed the truth now because he reckoned Zordon will die, and he just wanted Zordon to know how alone he was. So it's not like Zedd wants to be a good guy again. The Altarians know Zordon contacted Lord Zedd, so Zartus has the Sentry Force 4 assembled and have the troops ready. At Ernie's juice bar, Kimberly gets informed that there's Altarian activity south of Angel Grove, so she tells Rocky and Adam it's Morphin time. Bit of a joke as Rocky asks why they're fighting at yet another quarry, as that's one of the many same locations the Rangers fought on TV. Anyway, the Rangers then see the Sentry Force 4 approach them. Back at the command center, Billy is able to re-enter the command center after being barred. He tries to apologize to Zordon, but gets cut off. Zordon tells him to hide. That's because Zartus and his men teleport into the command center. Zartus basically tells Zordon that he knows that Zordon and Zedd have spoken, so he knows the truth. Zartus became the man he is today because he saw thousands of Altarians try to protect innocent worlds, but lost their lives anyway. The Imperials are a mercy as they can take out unworthy worlds before they can be allowed to drag down the strong. Zartus didn't want to unleash an Imperial on Earth because he wanted Zordon to live and return to Eltar so they can reforge the universe. Zordon says he is Zordon of Earth now, and the Power Rangers will stop him. Zartus then shatters Zordon's tube. The issue ends with Zartus saying, "Let the war begin." And that kind of brings an end to this story arc, as the story will be continued next time in the Altarian War. I have mixed feelings and reservations. As I've said before, this story arc got boring for many people, including me. It was a massive build-up and no resolution. It was just a big story arc to build up to the next story arc. That's why it felt like such a drag and why many people think that the ongoing nature of the comics is making them quit the series. The thing is, issue number 12 was really good. It filled in the blanks and everything's been revealed. I was genuinely interested in it after reading the first 3 pages. Too bad the comics already alienated much of the audience. In terms of the upcoming Altarian War, I am excited somewhat to see how that begins. On the other hand, I'm not looking forward to another long story arc. Fans have said that these long story arcs have driven them away from the series. If the Altarian War is kept relatively short, then it could be good, as it would force the story to get to the point. However, I just don't see that happening. If the first issue of the Altarian War does nothing to improve the overall story, I will probably stop making these videos.